Học hành chớp chới đất. Okay, now we come back with cancer. So I really often hearing about the cancer about around me. Sometimes it's my neighbor, sometimes it's friend, and sometimes my relationship. So when they hear the doctor said it was just a life in a short time in the future, and they become to doubt everything, become physical body and especially emotion in life. And I want to ask Naf one question: are there many people with cancer in the country?
Are you asking about Canada or India?
Yes,
Canada.
Canada.
Lots of cancer. People smoking all the time, smoking, and they get lung cancer. And then they say, why me? Oh my God, why did I get cancer? But they've been smoking for 50 years. But you know, when they started smoking, there were no ads on TV, there was no education about why smoking is bad, because it was a very long time ago. Now we know smoking is very bad, you should not do it. But you know, I see lots of people, especially in Vietnam, I see lots of people smoke here. So we get lots of patients with lung cancer because of drinking alcohol. We get lots of people with liver failure and liver cancer sometimes when they are drinking alcohol. And the food in Canada is it's not fresh. The meat and stuff is not fresh. They use hormones, and the fruits we can't grow because it's too cold. So it comes from, sometimes it comes from America, sometimes it comes from Mexico. So it's not fresh, and it's not natural. So lots of people get stomach cancer. Cancer is a very big problem in Canada. Yeah. But you know, sometimes it's not your fault. Sometimes you are so healthy, you eat healthy, you exercise, you don't smoke, and you still get cancer. It's just, sometimes it's just luck. Yeah.
In Vietnam, we have a same problem with your country. We smoking a lot, drink a lot, and the big problem is the dirty food. In the city, we use very kind of dirty food, and vegetable is dirty too. So besides that, we have another big problem is the pollution. Yeah, and we don't know how to avoid it. Yeah, because every day we need to eat, we need to breathe. How can we avoid? Yeah.
You know, yeah, when I went to Ho Chi Minh, I was very surprised because there was so much pollution. And now in Hama village, everything is so clean. They make their food at home, and everybody's healthy here. You can see there's so much difference. But if you have to get a job in a big city, then what are you going to do, right? Sometimes it's not your fault, but you might get cancer because you're in that environment. But then, you know, I don't know, you have to ask yourself what is more important, if your job is more important or if your health is more important sometimes. It's hard, yeah. And there's plastic everywhere. In Vietnam too, I noticed, in India, lots of plastic, but they're trying to reduce it. Yeah, because it goes in the ocean, and then it goes in the seafood we eat, and it goes in our water, so it comes back to us.
Yeah.
Should we do the next question, guys?
Oh, I have one more question. Did you ever think about one day maybe you can be cancer, and at that time, what do you think about the health in the past? Tell me your opinion.
I didn't understand your question. Can you repeat, please?
Did you ever think about if one day you maybe become you maybe has been cancer, and at that time you think how do you feel about the hobby in the past, and how do you think about the health in the past? Maybe you want to change something. If you know in the future you has been cancer.
I'm trying right now to eat less meat because I don't smoke and I don't drink very much. So there's nothing I can do about that. I already don't indulge in those. But I'm trying to eat less meat now because plants don't carry that much disease, but meats carry lots of diseases. So I'm trying to reduce it. Before I used to eat a lot more, now I eat less. And hopefully by next year, I will not eat any meat. And that's it. I don't, sometimes you can't control these things.
Yes.
Yeah.
So sorry, I don't understand the relationship between it and cancer. Meat and cancer.
So it carries lots of diseases, and slowly they start to build
disease.
meat disease.
Disease.
Yes,
yeah,
disease.
I know.
Yes, because animals are like us, so they have all different kinds of bacteria and stuff. So when it goes into your stomach, your liver and your kidneys clean, but slowly, if you eat all the time, it starts to sit in your stomach and then becomes cancer. And also these days they're using, chemicals. They're injecting the chicken, they're injecting the pigs, and who knows what kind of poison they're putting in there to make it look bigger and nicer. So we don't know what we're putting in our body. So
Yes.
yeah.
So how about the fresh milk? How do you think about the fresh milk?
I love milk. So I can't stop. I know it's bad because sometimes I don't know about here, but in India they inject the cows, so they will give more milk. But I like milk, so I can't stop.
Yeah. Maybe you can try the nut milk.
Yeah, the soy milk.
Yes, like
Soy milk
milk
is
or
so
almond.
nasty.
What's it? Nasty?
Nasty. It doesn't taste good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So almond milk.
Yeah, almond milk is good.
Yeah. Yes, we use a lot of fresh milk every day for my children. But sometimes I worry about the fresh milk.
Yeah. We don't know what they're putting in it. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
So Cam has a really good question. He said, if you find out you have cancer and you can go back in time and change something, what would you change? That was your question, right, Cam?
Yes, but I think we can't change anything when air popular air air become pollution. the water become polluted, and I think everything not good right now.
Yes.
I also think like so, but the only we can do that we change ourselves, our habit, harm and the bad habit.
Like go to sleep, go to bed late, Mary.
So I think we have to I have to remind me to drink enough water before, because when learning about this topic, I find that the water is really important and can help us to make healthier and do exercise every day, and we can reduce the carbon, the sugar and sodium. I think we can change some bad habit, but the environment, the polluted environment, we cannot change. Yeah. Some of my friends, they have a lot of money. They move their family to Da Nang to live, and other come go to abroad to live, but we cannot. So
I intend to suggest like that, move here, live with me. Very fresh environment and very good security in the life.
So beside the environment, the body have some margin to become the cancer, because the chemical in my in our body and some in some reaction occur in our body can make the cancer. So we have a change some habits and can reduce the worry about the some disease and cancer. Yeah.
Anna, what do you think? What's something in your life you would change if you find out that you have cancer and you say, oh, if I could go back in time, I would change one thing in my life? What would it be?
Yeah, and nowadays I can realize the environment around us not good, but I have to live in here. So if I have a chance, I want to move. I want to move to another country. I think Vietnam nowadays the amount of people get cancer is so many.
You should move to Canada. Come live with me.
That's a,
yeah. But you know, we keep saying that the environment around us we cannot change. But why can we not change it? I know there's big things that we can't do. I cannot, get rid of a factory. I can't go to the factory and say stop polluting. But you yourself can change things. How many of you use reusable bags? Do you guys use reusable bag? Or do you use plastic every time? You go to the market, you use plastic, right? Yeah, so if you buy a reusable cloth bag, then you can take it every day. How many of you guys are planting trees? When was the last time you planted a tree? You know, because the conversation we're having right now, we are saying that I cannot change anything, but in 30 years or in 40 years, what will our kids say? Our kids will say that my parents left us this world and it's polluted. So can we not try to make a change for the future? Just little things. You cannot change the world. There's politics. We have no power. You know, we don't have enough money. But just little things. You say, I don't want to be a part of this. You know? I know it's very hard to make changes. Like even in Canada, when we decided to use less plastic, sometimes I forget, but my husband always says, no, take your bag. Don't use more plastic. It's okay if everybody else is doing it. Even if it's one less bag, you are making a difference. So, you know, I started doing those things. I don't know if my mom did not like this, but I started to buy secondhand clothes.
Yeah.
Because I used to buy new clothes all the time. Even if it was someone's birthday, I would go buy new dress. I had lots of dresses, but I would go buy new things. But you know, as I grew up, all my old clothes, they go to other countries for recycling. And some people's countries, they have land full of garbage. Just there's trash that we use, like old things, old shoes, old dresses, old scarves, old bags. They just don't disappear. I throw it in the garbage. It's gone from my house, but it's not magically gone from the planet. So those are the changes I made. I now buy secondhand clothes when I can, if it's available. I try to recycle everything. And I don't know if in 20 years it's going to make a difference, but you know, but I will be able to face my kids and say, you know, I was trying. Because if you don't try, then what will we tell them? We will tell them that we knew, we were intelligent, we talked about it, but we did not do anything. Yeah.
I aware that I only concentrate to change my lifestyle only, and didn't concentrate about the improve the environment around me. So I can learn from you, from Canada, to change from the little work, such as less using plastic and less buying my clothing. The clothing.
Good small things, but I don't know how much it will help, but we have to try.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you just want to change a little thing, and you definitely have the first person want to change, and then you can teach other kids change something like that. But in my opinion, if I know, so one day I have been cancer, and the most thing I want to change, I think I want to work harder and harder, and I don't want to change anything around me, because I believe so one day the human will find some solution for reduce popular pollution. And last day I saw a video they make about they can to reduce waste plastic when they want to make the brick from waste plastic, and that is a good way for reduce the plastic on the world, because everybody always always use brick for to building, and I believe so one day the people will find some solution for reduce polluted on the world, and that's why I just want to change my mind. That's it.
We can't. Sorry, Vicky, go ahead.
Naf, you go ahead.
So I was just joking with Cam. I was like, Cam said that everybody else will care about the pollution. I will make money. Yeah. What were you saying, Vicky?
Yeah, I intend to answer the question from Cam. He asked us if I found I was cancer. So what did I do? So I think that if I was will be cancer, I think the first thing I will to research to learn about kind of my cancer, and I think the problem for people with cancer now is there are many methods to treat their cancer, so they don't know how to choose the best method for them, and when they were cancer, they try many methods, but it's very harmful for them. So I think when I was cancer, if I were cancer, I will research, I will learn about the knowledge of the kind of cancer. So I after I choose the best treatment to my cancer, so I will patiently to do this method I choose. So and then I keep my routine, my life run as the normally. Yeah, I think that's.
I think beside that, because you can do your money to check your health frequently every year, because if you have a lot of money but the cancer in the serious period, you cannot pay to treatment this disease. Yeah. So I think this is check your health frequently is either good way to detect the early anything and every disease. So yeah.
Thank you for good advice, Mary. I can see lots women around me, especially in my office. When the woman in my office enters the 40 years old, they found many disease. So I think now they are aware of to check the healthy frequency. Yeah.
As soon as you can afford it, you should go for a physical, just so you can see. You go to the doctor, he checks everything, you know. And even women should do a breast exam. You should get, because breast cancer is very popular, and for men prostate cancer is very popular, so get those checked out, then they can deal with it, you know. And Vicky, I agree with you. You were saying that there's so many treatments for cancer, but we don't know which one is the best. And yeah, so some people I'll tell you a story about a patient. So we had one patient and she had cancer, and the doctor said, because in Canada, we pay taxes, but healthcare is free. So everything is free in the hospital there. So she got a checkup, she had cancer. So the doctor says, you need a surgery. She says, no, I don't want surgery. I'm gonna do a juice detox. So she went home and she drank juice, you guys, for after 48 days she was back. Her cancer was so bad now in 48 days that now we cannot do surgery on her. So she wanted to do a juice cleanse. You know, when people are stressed out and they are in shock and they are sad, they make mistakes because they're very emotional. But it reminded me of your, Vicky, when you mentioned that there are so many treatments. You know, if you Google it, there's thousands of treatments for cancer, but we don't know which one is real, which one is not. Yeah. Hannah, what do you think?
Yeah, I actually I don't know if I have cancer.
You can add anything else to the conversation if you want, just about health, something that you think, something you read in the newspaper, anything that you want.
Maybe I hope at that time a scientist can produce a drug, the drug that can treat cancer.
So I will ask you about health. So what do you guys think? How can you tell if someone is healthy? Do you look at them physically? What is the judgment of health for you? So, for example, in Canada, people think that if you are fat, you are unhealthy. And if you are skinny, you are healthy. But sometimes that's not the case. Sometimes it's the opposite. So in Vietnam, what do you guys think? What is your standard for beauty or health? You look at someone, you're like, oh, this person looks healthy. So what is the standard in Vietnam? Ty, can you answer that question, please?
In my opinion, when I see a person, I see skin. Skin is a sign for your health. Yes, your skin is dark. Maybe it is not your health is not good because your blood can move everywhere, and your skin look dark. I don't know to explain easier to understand, but the skin is the first I see, and the eyes. I will see eyes. If the eyes look sad or look low energy, I think you feel tired or something else like that.
Okay, yeah, you are somewhat right. You are half right. Skin does show you if skin is usually the last thing that goes bad. So if your skin goes bad, not dark skin is not bad, but you know, marks, or if it's dry, or if it has allergies, that means all the other things are also not doing well. It shows on your
Yeah.
skin. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. Okay, Cam, what do you think when you look at someone? What do you look at to see if they're healthy or not?
There are many funny in Vietnam. With foreigner, if I am faster, that means I'm not healthy. But in Vietnam, especially with the men, after they getting married and they have a bigger stomach, that means every else around he always think he have a lot of money and maybe look he become luxury with a bigger stomach. But in my opinion, I think when I become fat, I think that's not good, especially with my health. And that's why I always to exercise and try to reduce my weight, but really hard because there are many food and very zoomies in my house. Really, really hard for me. That's it.
Thank you, Cam. Lots of yummy food in Cam's house, guys. We need to go to his house. Yeah. Okay. Mary, what do you think? What do you, when you look at people, what do you think?
When I look at the other people, I often look at their skin, because some people they have anemia, blue skin, because they can have low of the iron. So after that is ability and intelligence, how they are ability and intelligence when they working or playing. So next is the how bodies they shape body, because I think the fat people is not have healthy. I believe that the people with strong muscles either healthy healthy people.
So Mary looks at everything from head to toe. She's judging you. Yeah, yeah. You know, in Canada, they think if you are fat, then you are not good, that you're not healthy. But I have some friends and that are very, very big. They're fat, but they're very healthy. They're healthier than me. They are running and they're doing marathon and they're strong. But there are some people that are very skinny, but they're skinny because they don't eat. They don't eat, so they will remain skinny. So I guess sometimes looking at people cannot tell us what their health is. Usually you can, sometimes you can, sometimes you cannot. Especially mental health. Somebody could be smiling all the time, somebody could be happy all the time, but in their personal life they're very sad and they're very stressed out, you know? Yeah. So Anna, what do you look at when you meet someone? How do you determine, what do you think if they're healthy or not? What do you look at?
Yeah, often I can look at their face. If they are happy, it's okay. But if they are always tired or stressful for a long time, I think it's not good, and they have a big problem.
Good, thank you. How about you, Vicky?
Yes, of course. I look at their appearance, because their appearance will show about their health, their health. It's good or not. Their skin is light or dark, and their face is good, better than previous time I met. And besides that, I always talking with them to know about their habit, their living, so I can guess about their healthy. Yeah.
Good, very nice. That's very good.
Yeah, look at me.
So,
Can guess. Look at me very carefully.
Oh,
Yes.
you are very over activity man.
I have a funny question for you. So, especially for women. So, do you think about the cosmetic can help the woman become healthier?
Me?
Or
How?
women in our class? The cosmetic can help the woman become healthier, look like healthier.
Yeah, well, I do that all the time. My skin is so bad. You cannot see it here, but I have allergies here, so my skin is always red. But when I go out, I put on makeup. But you know, I just want to clarify. I think that men think that women do makeup for men. We do makeup for ourselves. I do makeup because I want to look pretty. I don't do it for my husband. Yeah, my husband always says, he's like, oh no, like don't wear makeup, natural is okay. But I always tell him that I don't spend all of this money and put all these creams on my face for you. I do it for myself.
Yeah, I agree with Nav.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, when I feel confident with my appearance, it's good. If my opinion, if my appearance is beautiful, I don't do that for any man. That means I intended in my mind, and I don't let me depend other outside factor. So about the Cam's question, I think that cosmetic is one factor in making women more beautiful. I think I concentrate about my food, my input in my body, the thing input in my body. It makes me happy. It makes me more beautiful from inside. And then sometimes I use cosmetic to make me good looking. But I don't depend on cosmetics. Speaking of cosmetic, I always choose the organic, the natural cosmetics for me.
Okay. So now I'm imagining if I'm a cosmetic salesman, I can't sell cosmetic for Anna, right, Anna?